How's Vaughn? We saw him working on his knee. How is he health-wise?
I think he's fine. He's came in for treatment today, getting some tests, but he's fine at this point.
You want to do a Drew Lock this week? Is it possible he can be on that 53 for Sunday?
It's possible, yeah. I mean, we don't have to make a declaration on him until next Tuesday, I believe. As far as this week goes, all options are on the table. We could activate him, and we're just going to make that decision here in the next few days.
One of those options in being the starter this week?
Possibly, yeah.
What would he need to do in that to go from off roster to starting, Vic, in terms of Sunday? What would you need to kind of see in your mind that would say, you know what, he's ready to go out there?
Well, just see some more practice, but really, the practices now at this time of year are limited. You're talking like 40 plays a day, just to make sure he's okay and physically, which he is, and he's prepared mentally and emotionally to go out there and play.
When will you make that decision on your starting quarterback?
Not sure right now.
Is Brandon okay? I mean, he took a big hit. I think it might have lost him in that first quarter. And did he have any shoulder and or concussion issues?
No. He was checked out when he came to the sideline. Everything checked out fine. The official didn't deem it necessary to, how they have the ability to remove a guy from a game. So he was fine. I spoke to him at halftime about something, nothing to do with his health, but about the game, and he was fine with me.
How much of that yesterday do you put on him? What do you hold him responsible for in that?
Well, he didn't play well, obviously, but, the whole offensively, we didn't have a good day. And when the quarterback's not playing well and then it's not being played well around him either, that just amplifies the quarterback's play too. So we just didn't play well. Give Buffalo's defense credit. They played really good.
I think you said last week maybe if a guy goes in and doesn't respond well to adversity, maybe he's not the guy you want long term anyway. So I guess then what is the concern maybe for not playing Drew? What would be the reasoning there?
Just practice time. The guy hadn't from, whenever it was in August when he went out till he was on the shelf for 10 weeks. And just all that lost time and preparation.
Do you think defensively, maybe some of the spirit or energy was fractured a bit just as they saw the offense struggling so much?
No. We had a bad day on third down. They converted 4 out of 6 third and 9 to 12s. And, that was really the difference on that side of the ball during the game. If we had stopped some of those, obviously there have been more series. Really don't know how it would turn out ultimately. But third and 9 to 12 was our downfall defensively yesterday. You give them more plays, and then, we didn't play the run well, but those go back to those conversions too.
Lawson had 3 run on both of his sacks. On those kind of plays, where were the breakdowns?
One was a communication error in the O-line, and the other one, I think he was going to come free. We need to get rid of the ball quicker.
Over the next 5 games, Coach, will you maybe experiment with a different rotation up front on the offensive line, perhaps at left tackle, anything?
Well, that's all dependent upon Juwan. He's cleared to play, but we got to get him ready to play. He's got to get mentally ready to play, emotionally ready to play, and be able to go out there and play good, not just go out there. So that's part of that equation.
Justin had another pick yesterday. Is he playing at or near a Pro Bowl level in your mind?
Yeah, he's playing very well for us. We're awful happy to have him. I think he's going to have a great career here, and he's been playing well all year.
Despite the lack of practice time for Drew, have you seen a jump from training camp to now, just in terms of his progress with the offense and everything that comes with it?
I've seen a little bit of a jump in comfortability, and I think he learned a lot from the sideline about how to handle certain things. Handle the huddle, calling the plays. I do think he got a better understanding, albeit from the sideline.
How do you determine determine whether it's Juwan or Drew, if he's emotionally ready to handle the NFL game?
Just by talking to him, watching him practice.
I find you use the term ready, talking about Drew. Is that specific to quarterback, do you think, or is that every position for a young guy when they first start playing?
I think it's every position, really. Just that the quarterback position gets more of a microscope on it. And he does have more on his plate than all the other positions from a mental standpoint.
Is Cortland Sutton okay after tweaking the ankle yesterday?
Yes. I mean, he tweaked his ankle, but he's fine.
Connor McGovern and Reisner, how did they come out of the game, having been on the injury report the week prior?
Pretty good. No worse than they were. Obviously, it affected them a little bit. They're sore today, but they're not worse than they were last week at this time.
What about Jewel, Duke Dawson, and Shelby? Their health status, any updates there?
We think they'll be fine. Duke's in the concussion protocol, so that's all in their hands. And the other two guys have, tweaked their ankles also. We're hopeful that they'll be fine by the end of the week.
With Juwan James, why do you think there's been a gap between him being physically ready to play and emotionally, mentally ready to play?
Just he's got to have confidence that he can go out there and play with his knee, coming off the injury. I don't think he had that the last time he tried to play when he came back. He was fine physically, but I don't think he, in his own mind, was comfortable and confident.
How was Adam Gotsis looked after he was not demoted, but put down in week 5 and coming back? How was he?
He's been okay. He's had his, moments, some good, some not so good. Had to play a little bit more yesterday than he had been playing because of Shelby injuring his ankle, but it's been good.
Nick, when you talk about Drew in practice time, would 3 practices this week make that big a difference, or would it?
It could. The more reps you get, every rep is one that you got put in the bank, and it always helps. Problem for him this time of year is, in training camp we're getting a bunch of reps. You're talking roughly about 40 reps a day now this time of year. So there's limited opportunities for that, but I do think every rep is important.
Do you have to decide before Wednesday to determine some kind of rotation in practice?
Not necessarily. It all depends on what we decide.
Does opponent affect if you were going to get a shot to start potentially? Obviously, the Chargers have 2 pretty good edge rushers.
Yeah. All the defenses seem to have some good players, so it's something you talk about, but I think ultimately it's not as big.
When you see some of these teams get young quarterbacks on the field sooner, they tweak the playbook a little bit or tailor it to them. Can that be part of the conversation if Drew is able to get the verbiage out and be comfortable in the huddle? Can you tweak things to accelerate it or microwave it a little bit?
Yeah, you always have to do that anytime you going with a new player, particularly a quarterback. Call and play to the guy what he feels comfortable executing.
How much more consistency do you need to see special teams wise?
Well, we would like to be more consistent there. Punter actually was having a pretty damn good day in light of the conditions until that last punt, and then we shanked one and got a penalty on it, so that wasn't good. We need to be more consistent. You're right.
Does it make any difference, Vic, to you if Drew is going to play this year, if his first start's on the road in a hostile environment, or if it's at home? Does that play into anything?
It's kind of like, his question back there, the opponent. It's something you consider, but I don't think it's the ultimate decider. Eventually you got to play a road game.
It's become apparent that Drew likes the hot topic with your team.
Really? With you guys it is.
Yeah, but do you feel it? Does the public wants Drew to play, it would appear.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have anything to do with, as you guys are talking about it, going through the decision?
No, I think we need to make the decision that we feel is best, understanding everybody's wants, from your group and the group outside. But we need to make the decision that we feel is best for Drew and the team, and at that time, we will.
Is it a case of, if he had a game like Brandon had Sunday, you just gotta leave him in the lineup?
Just what?
If you put Drew in the lineup and he has a game like Brandon did Sunday, does he just stay in the lineup and it doesn't?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, every game has its own little story to it, so depends upon what the facts are.
Cornerback
for a few
depth,
more for the coach?
cornerback depth, with Duke and the protocol, do you have to make any changes there, roster changes or anything?
Yeah, we need to look at that, and Cyrus's illness affects that too. So, we already were kind of light back there, as you guys know. So, yeah, we need to look at that.
Does that affect Drew's position, just having to juggle the roster back there?
No.
Okay, thank you guys.
All right, thank you.